Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, a connect the dot, an epiphany, a mind blown moment, a new book to read, a new author to explore, artwork, oracle cards, you can check that out on my website, allycatcreations211.com. All the ways you can help support me is in the description. Hi, everybody. I just got off of a show I did with Bruce Poppy on Unpopular Viewpoint. I'm going to post the link below if you're interested in watching this morning. I know a lot of people are not morning people. I'm a morning person. And I was very thankful with a ton of gratitude. Sorry, guys. My chair's still broken. Very thankful for that experience and to getting my viewpoint out on mindfulness and the direction of where we need to go. So go check that out. That was a lot of fun. I love Bruce, and I love the community, and I love his mission that he's doing, because he's putting boots on the ground and actually taking action, because we need people like him as manifestors. So today I got my coffee, I got my cards, and I got my thoughts. So we're gonna have coffee and chat. I wanted tea, but early in the morning, I got up quite early, showered, did my morning ritual, and so this book was supposed to be read first. Hang on 2 seconds. Yes, I'm strapped. This book was supposed to be read second, but you're still getting some juicy insights. Go check out my book review on this book. It's incredible. It will help you understand your higher dimensionality self, and we're going to talk a bit about that today. Though this yesterday I started, well, 2 days ago I started like actually looking at it, reading it a little bit. There's a poem. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but for those of you who know my story, I am adopted, and a couple of pieces of this poem really resonates with me. There was a small foundling girl found by a simple and kind older couple who had been unable to have children of their own. I was up for adoption, and my parents were older. They're 46. They couldn't have kids. They were older when they got me. They were 37. Not to say that's old. It's not in today's standards, but back in the 80s, that was pretty old for a couple to have a kid or adopt. This small girl was different. She was different from the couple, different from her friends, and different from herself. She spoke to beings that no one else could see or hear. Sorry. That doesn't say me. I mean, please equate this to you if it applies. The couple was very kind and would not dream of reprimanding her, but they worried. So did my parents. She had been almost dead when they found her. Perhaps her injury had affected her. So in this, there's a story that goes along with this poem. but she was a great help when she was present. This just spells me and my childhood, but still she didn't fit. She was lonely. So lonely that the simple couple could feel it when they were nearby. Not that she complained. No, she appeared quite happy, but yet always somehow lonely. Perhaps she wanted to go home. I read that like I said, I felt like what I was reading in that book was my story. Just, different lifetimes, different experiences, but the crux of that character felt like me. Like this is the journey, like I'm comparing my life to that book and the journey that I've been taking. And then I'm picking up the book I should have read first. There, no coincidences? No, none, zero. What? What? Mind blown. Mind blown. Like mind blown. I'm going to quote from this book because we need it. Quote, Earth's darkness far outweighs light now, and times are very desperate. We don't know all the conditions there, but we know that it is very different from here. You will have a denser body that resonates to the vibration of third dimension. Here on Venus, we resonate to the fifth dimension. We live in unity consciousness with each other and with both polarities of ourselves. Therefore, we are all androgynous, and our male and female components are housed within the same form. On third dimensional Earth, the polarities are very extreme. This is good and bad, ugly and beautiful, and love and hate. Because of this separation of polarities, there is a possibility that your bodies will either be male or female. Quote, you all will have much work to do, continued the High Counselor. You first, and perhaps most difficult task will be to remember who you are and why you are on Earth. Once you do so, it is important that you seek out the others and help them to remember as well. For many of us, we know this. Innately, in depth, in our souls, this is what we know. What I just read, that resonance is in us. This is why her work is important. It doesn't matter if you're not from Venus, it's the concept. Don't take everything literal, right? Like that story in that poem is not about me, but I can apply myself to that poem. It's very eerie with the set of circumstances I had, but we all, for most part, those who are in the awareness, have the knowing, have the understanding. We know that even if you don't know the full spectrum of your purpose or the mission that you're here for, you have something within you that's like, you're not from here. Or your consciousness has lived other lifetimes and other dimensions and you might have that awareness. You just don't know where to apply those awarenesses, those snapshots. This is the inner work that in order for you to move forward, I'm being channeled, sorry, and it's coming in with tears because it hurts. We have to stop being delusional. We are in an illusion. And why I'm getting emotional and upstairs is like, bring it, Allison, come on, is because of what I heard yesterday. I posted to my Facebook and to my Telegram group, quo on change. And there was a question asked. And again, I'm from that consciousness. I resonate and have established that a part of myself, my higher self, is in that social memory complex. When they were asking the update on the graduation, they call it, on moving up, it's not looking good. A lot of us are going. We knew it, we feel it. It's our time to go back. But there are still so many people that are not going to come with us. It's up to you individually to start really doing the work each and every day. So when they ask that question in 6 months, maybe there would be a better outpouring of, yeah, there is a change, there is a shift, there is people starting to do the work. There is a larger percentage of people that are going to move up. We need to realize and really understand and embody what we are. It's a big process, and it's one that a lot of us are taking the stair steps to get to. We're finally moving forward and trying to think about what is our future, instead of sitting here and creating a reality that isn't our best and highest. We're giving our energy away freely to people, places, and things that don't have our best intentions at heart. When you focus on the hate and the deception, it's all illusion. What are you doing on an everyday basis to uplift yourself? To put your boundaries up, you need to say no. You need to stand in your empowerment. And if that no happens to be to yourself, all the more power to you. Sometimes we get in our own way. Our egos get in the way. Our nervousness, our anxiousness, our fear overrides what we really truly want for ourselves, because we sit in a fear. We sit like, oh shit. But what ifs, the what ifs. Surrender to the universe, surrender to yourself. If you don't put action into motion to start manifesting your dreams, I've taken so many steps to better in my life. I'm not anywhere near what people would deem successful, but for me, this is huge. Being able to freely put my voice out there, to step into my authenticity, just do me and be me. That's more than that's a lot of growth for me. I know a lot of people don't understand, and it's not time for them to understand, but if eventually they get seated something, they might just have a spark of inspiration and their whole paradigm changes. It's beautiful. But what I heard yesterday was a little disheartening. It makes me sad. It wants me so much so to reach out to like shake people awake. not in terms of what is going on outside of ourselves, but like do the work. Stop ignoring yourself. What are your needs? What is actually happiness? What will make you happy? So I can tell you right now, measuring success in material objects is not success. It looks like that in our programming. That's what we are programmed to believe, that having a house, a car, and a husband and children is the American dream, and that you have a job that self-sustains you and your family, and this is like the American dream. And in reality, are you really happy? I've never worked a job that made enough money for me to really self-sustain myself, but in those jobs, I was happy. I was connecting with people, helping people. I served a purpose. It might not come back in material form, but guess what? It fulfilled me. Working with children fulfilled me. I got to be a kid again. I got to sit at the kid table. I got to whip out my crayons and I got my drawing on. I got to show my skills with kids. I got to connect with kids in ways that other people don't know how to. It's why I love doing what I did. And I'm hoping I've applied for a couple of jobs that I just saw, that I'm hoping I get a job to work with kids again. So, side note, I opened up my window. I haven't opened up these shades yet. That's on that side of the room. I haven't seen little Thor. He hasn't shown up today. He didn't show up yesterday. I have my windows open so that I can see if I see a little guy walking up the stairs to my upper deck, that I can go upstairs and feed him. But he hasn't shown up, so I don't know. I'm kind of sad about it, but it is what it is. Hopefully he's fine and just someone else is feeding him. Who knows? You know, animals serve a purpose, so he needs to be shared, go for it. But I miss my buddy. Um, what are you doing today to uplift yourself and your spirits? You know what I did? I got up really early this morning because I wanted to make sure I'm showered and presentable. And I looked in the mirror as I was brushing my teeth with all the beautiful sayings. I am beautiful. I am courageous. I am worthy. Looking at that, hopped into the shower, made sure all the negative energy was being spilled down the drain, and that only love, light, and all the water was purifying my essence. I did my gratitudes this morning. I'm grateful for the breath that I am breathing. I am grateful for the life that I have. I'm grateful for the things that are making me happy. That doesn't take less, it takes less than a minute to do in your mind. You say you can't do the self-work, but doing those things each and every day expands and expands and expands. Today, I have faith. Today, I have faith and truly believe that anything is possible. So I have faith that little guy is going to show up on my deck. I'm going to see a little black figure going up my stairs, and I'm going to feed him. Today, I am happy. Today, happiness and love will fill my heart and soul all day. I am happy. That's the emotional state that I'm in. I am having that frequency in my field. We have fields of energy. We are energy. We conduct energy. We put it out. How are you feeling? Today, I am capable. Today, I will accomplish every goal that I set for myself. So here's the tricky thing with goals. You're not going to get them all done if you overpack your day with goals. Be realistic when you know yourself. I don't know you. Know yourself. What, you know, when I first got sick and like everything was really hard for me to do, like picking a pencil up was hard. That was the goal for the day. Can I pick up a pen and write something in my journal? That was huge. Can I get up without assistance today with my walker? I had to set goals for myself that if it didn't happen, it wasn't the end of the world. I wasn't going to hurt or brutalize myself with negative talk because I couldn't get up out of bed today, right? Okay, so I shifted, was flexible with my goal and said, well, if I can't get up today, what can I do today? Can I read a book? Can I hold a book? Can I assist other people today? Amish mindset. Am I sharing? Am I liking? Am I subscribing? Am I putting other people out there? Because this is the world we live in. What can I do for another person today if I can't do much for myself? Right? We're all at different states of health. We're all at different states of mind of what we're capable of doing. You could set the goal that today I'm going to pull an oracle card today and I'm going to take the advice. Whatever your goal is, make it simple and then get it harder as you move forward, as you're stair-stepping in your process. Everything that I have done today takes no time to do. It's just remembering doing it. As we all should be remembering our higher dimensionalities. Once you embody the concept that everything is source, and it's not something outside of yourself, it's inside of you. Not to steer the conversation away, but you know, that Jesus Christ figure, that Christ figure, that we're all focused on bloodlines, it's inside you. I'm Christ. I have the Christ within me. Not everybody does, but a lot of us do. Are you recognizing it? Are you standing in that power? Know a lot of people from that have read the Bible and are very much about Jesus. Are you living his life? Because you project it really well, but yet you're a contradiction and a hypocrisy of magnitudes larger than I can ever imagine. Did he go around judging people? He helped whoever was in his path. Are you doing that? I made the analogy 9/11 happened. Are you looking at everybody's ID to see what they are? Are you, in the moment of a catastrophe, are you running around asking, are you trans? Are you gay? Are you straight? Are you black? You're white? You're Asian? You're this? You're that? Are you going around but no, you're looking at a human that is, you could clearly see needs help. You're not going to stop to question what they are you now? Or are you that kind of a shitty kind of person? Most of us would not bother to care to ask what someone's last name is or what somebody, you know, that you can't really pin a ethnicity to. You're going to help a human being. When you can get that concept down, the lot of this discussion that is of hate evaporates. Yeah, there's agendas being steered. Are you focusing on them to make them create more? Or are you stopping your energy flow to that and saying, okay, yeah, that's the experience God wants to have through those people. Okay, not my cup of tea. It's not my thing, but I don't have to focus on it and feed it. I can remove my emotional attachments to it and just move forward. They're going to live their life regardless. I'm going to live my life regardless. But I'd rather not feed them hate and judgment. It's them. That's what they're doing. Great. It shouldn't affect me. It affects us when the agenda is being steered towards children and when things are being steered in a not okay way. Yeah, we need to put our boundaries up and we need to make that stop. But in the same sense, it's not a totality of everybody doing it. If a catastrophe happened tomorrow, you're going to save that human being. You're not asking questions. You ask them after. You're not, why do you think the aliens haven't disclosed themselves yet? Because we would shoot first and ask questions, ask the questions later. Too late. You don't know who's on the good side or bad side because it's what someone looks like. A lot of people make that assumption about me because I appear gothic. I do and live a lifestyle that most people don't understand or comprehend. But at the same, I look at my soul. Do you see the light? Or are you looking at the darkness that you see on the outside shell? Think about it. You are not moving too slowly. Drop this self-induced pressure. You are at the sweet spot between taking care of yourself and still making advancements on your goals. On this path, there is no such thing as being behind. Smile, breathe, and carry on. If you live in the present moment and you live in a higher dimensional capacity of your consciousness, there is no time, space. I just dropped my card. Yep, boom. Worry in the garden. It is time to hit the reset button. Clear out the old so that room is available for the new to enter. Trust that better things are coming fast. Prepare to move the next phase of your life. This is your rebirth. Welcome this beautiful brand new energy. You got this. You do. You do. You got this. When you are accepting and surrendering to the universe that change is inevitable, it's here, you're not going to get left behind because you're moving forward. You're changing your mind to say, I can do this. I will conquer this day. I'm going to conquer my life. I'm going to take control of it now. I'm not allowing outside programming and negative shit to influence me anymore. I'm going to put my foot down. I'm making the changes to move forward. Sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. It's happening. Are you ready? Are you moving yourself consciously to those points? I can't do it for you. You got to put and invest in yourself. I went through a downfall like nobody's business. And a lot of us have gone through those points. They're not easy. But when you objectively look and get the lessons, you see them, you learn them, you're walking through it, you're gaining the wisdom. It's when the change really starts happening and the metamorphosis of your life starts uploading like a lotus. It unfolds and it's revealing its beauty, but it happens layer by layer. And a lot of us are still slowly unfolding. I just saw something as I was keeping my eyes out for little Thor. Triggers. There are going to be people, posts, or circumstances that trigger you. Good. Let your triggers be your guide whenever you get triggered by someone, something. Remind yourself that the universe just sent you a guide for your own healing. Be careful when the tricky ego will cave justification for the trigger. It may want you to criticize, complain, or get others to agree with you. This is a distraction from your opportunity to reflect, heal, and grow. When you see things spiritually, you realize we are all like mirrors, making each other aware of our own wounds that needs healing. It's your perspective that's bothering you. When you remember that, you will step into a world of rapid growth. And the more you practice this, the more harmonized and harmonious and peaceful your life will become. So, what is triggering you? I know, and a few weeks ago, I was very upset with how I was being treated on Telegram because I asked certain people to stop feeding negativity and that I was suppressing their voice. No, you're getting triggered. And those triggers are because your mirror is being bounced back at you. Why do you need to bash, complain? What is taking the focus off of her healing yourself? Because you're looking at others and you're seeing yourself. What's your trigger? There is a lot of ugly going on in the world. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of back and forth. There's just a lot of things that people are pouring their energy to freely. Freely. I'm watching a big drama, huge drama unfolding. It's ugly. That involves people that I love. But I choose to detach my emotional states to those things, to see a greater and bigger picture and not getting myself entangled in that mess. There is no right or wrong when you're in neutrality. What is the lesson that we need to learn from that is the bigger question, if you know what I'm talking about. As much as we have the need to feel the ego to expose and to put somebody on blast, yeah, it helps our ego vent. It feels great when you're pointing things out, but do you know a full story? Do you know the totality of the truth? Or are you only interpreting what your frequency is giving off in your field to understanding the little truth of the blinders, the narrow tunnel that you're seeing truth in? Is that how you are determining right or wrong? I don't agree with either side of what's happening, playing out in the theaters near us. I don't accept either side. Things have to be revealed, but there is a deeper, darker vision of things that most people aren't cognizant of and they don't see. Everybody, everyone, has to answer to source at the end of the day. Some of us consciously understand that concept, so we try to live righteous, harmonious, loving lives. We are still going to make accidents. We are still going to do the wrong thing at times. There's no right or, again, for me, there's no real right or wrong, because all is lesson, all is experience. But, there's things that we're not really proud of that we have done in our pasts. It's a big concept, but we are no longer those people that did some heinous shit or posted or did things that we're not really proud of. And when those things come back at you like a boomerang, how do you deal with that? Because inside yourself, you have grown. You're not that person that people are now projecting back at you. You evolved. You did some messed up shit back then. It happens. You're not proud of it. And now someone's using that as like blackmail to try to get a rise out of you or harm other people around you. Here's where that energy needs to be cut off. I'm no longer those people, that person that did some bad shit. It was a mistake. It was an accident. It was me using my free will. It was all orchestrated for me to have a learning experience. Now that someone's bringing it back up, thank you. I healed from that. Yeah, I made a boo-boo. We all do. Everybody has skeletons in their closet. The bigger question is, if you all are talking about ascension and moving on up, how are you expecting your skeletons not to come out of the closet? But here's the caveat. When you are up in that higher consciousness, you're not judging. You're not pointing, shaming, blaming, or making someone feel bad for a choice that they needed to learn from. You're moving forward going, okay, yeah, you did that. Okay, but you're a better person now. You're still going to do you. Who am I to judge? You're always forever molding and shifting and changing into the beautiful human being that you should be. When we're feeding the gossip, when we're feeding the energy freely, do you really think you're going to move up? Everybody throws around the ascension word like it's going to happen to everybody without doing a damn thing. Only you and Source have that agreement of when that's going to happen for you, if it's going to happen for you. There's no right or wrong. We have to accept that reality that some people aren't moving forward. And it looks like there's a large percentage of people not moving forward from what Quo just channeled. And the things that Quo and his social memory complex talks about are the very things that I do. And a little research, go look them up. The same people that channeled Ra, the same people that are channeling Quo. Quo is saying the same thing. But hearing what I heard last night in that video, hit me here. There's so many beautiful souls. So many beautiful people. You might not be perfect, and you don't need to be. But the illusion that you're living in, that everybody's gonna, in the snap, be brought up into a beautiful world, is not realistic. It's not reality. Unless you're doing the work and you're being a service to others and you're doing what you can on an everyday basis to feed that positive energy and to shift the paradigms. Even the people that are sleepy, that don't know, are still being a service to others because they're doing it in their way, the way that God's expressing through them. We have to stop judging, because eventually telepathy will be the way we communicate, and there will be no secrets. There are skeletons in all of our closets. I'm not proud of half of the things I've done growing up. I did a lot of unkind things to myself. I've experienced and done unkind things to other people unaware. I was unconscious of it. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to be here. I couldn't make sense out of this world. I didn't see the beauty in the world when I was growing up. I did not fit in. I was not accepted. I was outcasted. I was bullied, heavily bullied. I only made those things make me a stronger human being, to stand in my authority and my authenticity, to do me, and fuck you. All those negative things steered me in a positive direction. I fueled the negativity to become positive. I transmuted that energy of all the negative things I have done, or I put myself in to have experience to learn from. Instead of dwelling on the negatives, I saw, what can I take out of this as a positive? And I merged myself and my life in a different direction. I started feeling again. I started loving again. I started loving and cherishing myself again. Out of hard, difficult things that I had to step through, we all have. It's all here. It's all in your mind. You choose your suffering. You choose. We all chose suffering to learn from. That's the greatest growth we can do when we suffer. When we hit those dark points in our lives, it's a matter of when and how you're going to change. And it's a beautiful unfoldment that you should appreciate, even though it sucks. My changes were very difficult and very much suck. But I wouldn't be the human being I am today. I wouldn't have the experience to share. I would not have the know-how, how to convey what I do know and the resonance that is in my knowing. I would not have any of this if I didn't walk through the most difficult aspects of life, doing it alone as well. I'm not the only one with this story. There are so many of us walking through those things, or have already have that walk. It's, where are you putting the energy? Are you going to dwell in the suffering, or are you going to move forward into prosperity? Are you uplifting your mindset? Are you growing and evolving on this earth school? This is just school. This is school. What are you learning? What are you taking away? What are you applying? Are you absorbing it into your being? Are you encapsulating it to embody it, to bring it forth out into the universe? What are you doing? Is a greater question. Are you involving freely your energy to agendas and drama, high school drama? Are you involving yourself in that stuff? It's a great distraction. Don't get me wrong. We all need a laugh, right? We shouldn't take everything seriously. I don't think Source wanted us not to have a good time and have fun, because that's how we learn too. We learn by having fun and being a kid. That's why I love working with children, because I get to be a kid again. I get to play in the schoolyard with nobody like, oh, you're this. Right? Like, I get to have a fun time. What are you doing? Are you enjoying life, or is it sucking the life out of you? Make some different choices in the way you're thinking. I'm pulling cards because it is needed. Inner voice. I was outside yesterday. It was like 60 degrees. It was gorgeous. And the pollen. Oh my God, the things that were in the air. And today I went out for a little grounding session this morning. Yikes. So just be mindful, guys. And the Schumann's been spiking before I read this. Yeah, we are. So even though when you see, sorry, it's a little wonky. When you see those spikes and those things, just know that that energy will hit you eventually, because it's I think Russia has this. So that energy is going to hit you whenever your body is ready to receive that energy. Usually most of us receive it at the time that it is hitting. I know last night, I've been getting a lot of download cities. I've been getting a lot. The book is corresponding with it, but I'm getting a lot of influx. Here, inner voice. Tune into your inner compass. Persistent words and feeling that represents your greatest desires are dropping into your mind. Instead of putting life off until you do or be something in the future, bring your desires into the present. Anytime we feel like we have gone off track, we have traveled a different road to our soul. And everything becomes a signpost to return us to our center, where we can tune into our wise transmissions. Just as the voice on a GPS navigator tells you which way to go, your soul wisdom is always leading you toward your destination. Neither will scold you or become impatient if you take the wrong route. They will just adjust, find an alternate route, and give you new directions. You can't get it wrong. Listen to reoccurring words and ideas, pay attention to how they feel, and drive forward with the ones that make you face and heart smile. I was just talking about that with Bruce Poppy this morning. You got to be in the present. If you want things to manifest and you're waiting for outside stimulus and external things to give those things to you, you're not going to manifest it, and it's not going to be in the way that you would like. When you put your action into motion to have a cause and effect right now into this moment, even if it's the will to power, you got to set something in motion in order for it to catch into the energy, in order for it to have a cause and effect and to manifest. If you want prosperity and peace, you have to have that within yourself first. If you want abundance, you have to make it into your life that you are abundant. You can't be in lack. And that doesn't necessarily mean financially. Source provided for me through earth angels when I was at the worst of it all. People came through to my calling. And I'm very grateful for that. I leaned into the universe and surrendered. But I put action into motion also. I didn't sit back and idly help me without doing the help for myself first. I got assistance on the way. This one I pulled actually first, but the inner voice is something we need anyway. So focus. A point of attraction. Where is your focus and what do you want to create? Your point of attraction is the accumulation of all your thoughts. Some you are aware of and some you are not. The latter are thoughts you have repeated so often that they have become beliefs and body memory. The point of attraction is more fluid when you think. It is the overarching energy of your collected ideas, active beliefs, and your personality. Change any idea or belief, and your point of attraction shifts. You sense the world around you through the filter of your attraction point. Imagine this point moving along a sliding track within you. To master yourself means being able to move your view of reality at will. This can help you adjust and adapt to any situation. Stay in your center of love and on the path of your heart. You can choose to feel into the flow or resist and hold yourself back. Either way, you will be loved by your soul and the universe. Because there is no right or wrong. Your path is yours and is unique to you. What you choose to do with your path is up to you. Well, we were talking about focus earlier and how when you focus on agendas and things that are not showing up in your personal life, like, I don't care how JFK Jr. is. Great that he's alive. I'm happy. But is he paying my bills? Is he putting food on my table? I say this all the time. No. So why am I worried about that energy? If he pops out, great. If not, great. It doesn't affect me. Knowing my bloodline, knowing I'm from this and that, I went into my resonance space in my heart to know the answers. I answered my questions. You got to do that for yourself. And those answers don't come straight away. It's not instantaneous. Some people, they get it instantaneous. Other people no. You have to be open enough to receive. Are you surrendering? What are you focused on? In order to make change, you have to focus on change. What are you doing differently? See with your heart. The time is now to hear the message. Self-explanatory. You're being called into service. Believe in your own guidance. Here's how that's working for me. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden, people were like, hey, Allie, do you want to be on a show? Sure. Wow, thank you. Really? Like what happened today with Bruce? He's like, you should really come on my show. He authentically with his right intention, really wanted me on his show. That hit my heart space. And now I'm going to be on Jack Breaks Out on Friday. My purpose is here. Many of you as well. You might not be out in the spotlight, but your calling is here. You have multiple purposes. Please don't think that there's a one and done in your purpose. You are so infinite. You have multiple purposes. You serve in multiple ways. You have many missions and quests you're going to go on. Stop limiting your mind to just saying, I have one and done. You have multiple purposes. It's up to you to find what those are, but walk into what you know. How are you a service to yourself, and how are you a service to others? You have to have your cup full in order to pour it out onto other people. It's about balance. Walk your own journey. It is essential to stay on your own path. Poppies and I spoke about this also. Your path is yours and unique to your own signature for your DNA, your galactic signature, your DNA encoding. You have a path you chose. Stick to it. If you're not aware of what that is yet, don't worry. It will come to you. When you do the work and you ask for clarity for your higher self, hey, higher selves, hi, spirit guides, hi, all those people that we individuate to understand it a little better. But once you get that it's all you, pull up to yourself and say, hi, I'm stuck. I need some clarity. Could you give me some guidance somehow? Could you pop something into my my reality that I will get, I could see? Maybe I need to listen to somebody to get that aha epiphany moment within myself. Maybe I need to read something. Two books right here. I mean, beyond all the books that I read. Read it right now in the moment, and holy effing shit, crap, that's me. So I'm getting my answers and clarity through books. Yours might be through music. It might be through a lecture. It might be through a TED Talk. It doesn't necessarily matter how you get it, but ask Spirit to put something into your reality that you will identify with, that you will mesh with, and that will give you something to go, oh, shit. And that clarity sparks within you. Not everybody has the inner capacity to hear their own voice. Not everybody has abilities to do that. Not everybody has spirit guides that talk to them, or you're cognizant of what's being spoken to you. Don't worry, I got my water too, and it has I am, and I have labradorite in the bottom of my water bottle. Had that for years. So far, Spirit's bringing it with the cards. And the unique way that I'm reading is basically explaining to you, you need to do the work. You need to go in. Union. The energy of union activates our ability to unite our outer and inner aspects towards a state of wholeness. This is what the direction we're headed in, is unity consciousness, is the not having secrets anymore, not judging other people for their flaws, not everybody has some shady shit that they have done in their lifetimes. I don't think everybody's floating in the naivete of sparkle farts and unicorns. Right? I don't think there's one person that has a flawless life. And everybody's degree of what that is different perception. So if we're thinking you're an angel and you haven't done something wrong, someone's going to see you as a devil in their story. It's all perception, but it's releasing those past things and coming to grips of saying, well, I needed that experience and I'm going to let it go now. Release, goodbye, doesn't serve me any longer, and just take the lessons with you. Grace. I have a spirit guide named Grace. I don't know if she's still with me. That's me. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. Grace. That's why it's always in my messages. I got too many higher selves. Too many multidimensional beings I'm aware of. And I don't know, sometimes I'm not aware of which one's channeling through me or if they're all combobulated together doing it, because holy crap. Some people know that Jesus is talking to them. Some people know that they're channeling a specific being. Like, I have way too many beings. They're all me. They're fractals of me. Reconstructing reality goes into that fact. It's crazy. It's a lot of vibration going through me right now. Picking cards. Inner secrets. All of you is worthy. Hold it properly. We all have them. And eventually they're all going to be known to everybody. It's up to you to give unconditional love and not judge. And see whatever it was that happened as an experience you needed to grow your soul. And if that happens to be like, let's just say your partner cheated on you and you're with your partner currently, what was the lesson that you could take away from that? What is something that they got from that? And know that when you're on the higher consciousness, you could feel the love and the intention of other people. So someone's being very sincere with you to say, like, look, I fucked up and now I'm making changes to better my life. Like, we're all allowed to have mistakes. They're all a part of our growth. People make mistakes. People do and act on things that are not in their logical mind. All is for a purpose. All serves a purpose. All is supposed to happen the way it happens for a reason. When you could deconstruct those things in your own life, detach emotionally, come in from an objective viewpoint and go, oh, wow, okay. We would be less scarred and less hurt. We wouldn't take things so over the top. Yeah, it does hurt when someone does cheat on you or does something that really hurts you. I'm not saying that it's not going to hurt. That's the experience you needed to have. It's a matter of moving forward and in the understanding of why that happened. What was the lesson? Forgiveness. I don't make this shit up. Be careful of emotional eruptions. The first person you need to forgive is yourself. And next is the people, places, and things that have given you the experience that you're blaming. Let it go. It's not serving you anymore. I know. I'm missing my little Thor. New idea. Bring your dreams to life. Tap into your creative potential. What can you bring that's new into your world, whether it be a concept, a new idea, a change in your habits? What is something you can bring into life? Peaceful reflection. Spend time reflecting within. Very important. I self-reflect every day. Every day. And then I revise my day. I go into the Neville Goddard work and even Carlos Castaneda to say, okay, things didn't work out today the way I planned it to. Even though I put the affirmation out there, I'm going to achieve and have a great day. Sometimes things happen out of left field that is out of your control, and you did the best you could to react to anything that happened to you that was a little oof. So recapitulate your day, revision your day, go into meditation at the end of the day and rewrite that day as if nothing bad happened. Set your intention to say, well, yeah, that happened. Okay, there was a reason for it, but I'm going to change that up. That's not a part of my reality. I'm going to make it different. And then you go and revise your day. They're being tricky with the animal cards. Okay, we got a bonus one there. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. It sure damn does. I knew that was going to happen. Chameleon spirit. Act as if. I don't like to say fake it until you make it because I don't like faking. It's a false emotional state. But act as if, well, if I don't feel abundant, I'm not going to get abundance. If I am in lack mindset, it's what I am attracting. So act as if, even though that something is not in your reality, but act as if it is. You're going to draw it closer to you because you're putting the magnetism out to attract it to yourself. Badger spirit. Be fearless and bold. Pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. What are you feeding your energy field? What are you feeding your toroidal field? What are you feeding your auric field? Squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. Self-love, it starts here. It starts at home. Otter spirit, you are never alone. No, because you have a team, an army, a legion. I have a legion that I'm aware of. And many of you do too. Again, I'm just human. I'm the representative of my oversoul to come here and clear a ton of shit. Thank you. But the truth, you're never alone. Physically, you can feel that way. Physically, yes, it sucks. But spiritually, oh, no, 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 never, ever. You're never alone. You have a whole team up there. A whole team up there. Hi, sorry, camera. I have to figure out my desk situation a little better, but it's getting windy out there. Might be having storms later. A light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. I was talking about these angels too, because Poppy brings up a story all the time about like someone calling to God for help, and people are coming to help, and people are not recognizing the God within those people. That there are earth angels, there are people here in physicality that are embodying an angel, archangel, whatever have you, higher density beings. We are all inhabited by these things, and it's up to us to acknowledge it, to see it when it happens, to know that there are earth angels, there are angels around us at all times. You just have to pick it up. And with the fallen and non-fallen, it's all a source. You can't say everything's a source and then make Satan separate. It's just a construct. When you detach the story, his story, to all these concepts that we have been fed our entirety of our existence, and see energy for what it is and how it's evolving, the story we give it, you detach from that concept and say, okay, so that's God playing evil. Oh, I don't need to feed that. Nope, because you're feeding the light side of God. What a concept. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path. Do the work. I don't have to tell many people anymore because I see you doing it. I'm so proud of so many of you guys because you're really finally absorbing and actually embodying it. It's one thing to listen. It's one thing to start doing, but when you finally get the click, it snaps into you and it's like, you could see the difference in people, and I love it. Your deepest desires constrain you. Let them go to clear your mind. We all have desires. We have to stop looking out at the expectations to see them. It's let it go. If it's meant to happen, it will. This came up in my mind yesterday. When you are alone, I was alone. I still feel alone in many aspects. not spiritually, but in the physicality. But when I gave that up and I just said, Source, if somebody is meant to be in my life, great. If not, great. Because I have to still keep myself fed and take care of myself, regardless of another person. And then my freaking doorbell rang one day and Viking shows up. What? Like, showed up at my door. I didn't have to go out to do anything. It came to me. What? Let it go into the universe. If it's meant to happen, it will. And you don't have expectations of what it looks like. I've always wanted a family and I wanted to have security. I wanted to feel like the programming we were always taught because I didn't know any better. It came and it's not easy. I have what I asked for in a different form than what I was expecting. And holy crap, it's not easy. Whoa, left field stuff, okay? But that's what I asked for. But I left the expectation at the door that it had to look a certain way or feel a certain way. All is in divine purpose. A message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. So just like I gave my desires to the universe and to source to say, hey, like, great. Are you watching and looking for the signs that spirit is trying to get to you? And each of us sees signs differently. I know my parents, when I see dimes and pennies all over the place, like there'll be days I'll be walking, I'll see something on the floor. Oh, hi, Mom, Dad. That's their way of saying and dropping in and saying hi to me physically. The birds, if I see cardinals outside or a certain birds, and they make a connection to me, they look at me. Hi, Mom and Dad, because that's them too. When I see certain videos or I get certain connections out of books, like I know that's my higher self and some of the guides that are ethereal or elemental or celestial, I'll make those connections, but I'm making them. I'm seeing the signs. These books are no mistake. These are signs from the universe. I needed to read them to connect with, to get inside of my soul, to absorb and to really solidify things. I had the concepts outside. I had all the concepts down. I understood them, didn't embody them. Until I get that resonance of crying, of holy shit. Now, click, it's in me, it's absorbed. It's one thing to read, it's one thing to understand, but when you have a connection to something and it's that immense that it gives you an emotional reaction, holy crap, game changer. Game changer. Work through your fears. So if you have fears, start working through them because prosperity lies ahead. Are we all manifesting this prosperity together? I hope so. I would like to see this, but we got to get through the fears first in order to have our prosperity. Kindness. In order to be kind, you must open your heart to the gentle qualities of caring and compassion. Be kind to yourself, have reasonable expectations, and give yourself due praise. In order to nurture the gentle quality of kindness, cherish yourself. When you do something for yourself, you automatically extend that same energy to others. Kindness melts barriers of ice around people and re-empowers those who are afraid. So reach out to the lonely Draw out the shy. Include those who feel isolated and comfort the sad. Your rewards will be sense of inner peace, warmth, and love. I am kind to myself and others. Clarity. Angel wisdom reminds you that a busy, cluttered mind is a sick one, and still a clear mind is a divine one. I don't know why this camera is doing that. Ah, here we go. Allow the wisdom in your heart to radiate and out and dissolve the chatter in your mind. Know that your angel has drawn this to your attention and is waiting to help you in your task. Sit quietly so that you can find the stillness within. Then you can shine a pure, clear light onto every area of your life. In the clarity of this light, the angels will reveal a new way of being. You will see things differently and be able to make decisions from strength and clarity. My mind is quiet, still, and clear. Everything I've been saying, the cards are picking up on. Star, believe in yourself. You are a wonder of creation. Wash away all fear and discover you are a shining star. Allow all around you to just be. Let go of trying to control life, for the light of your soul will guide you always towards love. Remember, stars are born through explosions of love. Love illuminates all things. Never forget that you are truly a shining star. Love. Negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose and unleash your divine potential through the power of love. How many mic drop moments do I need today? Apparently a lot. Spirit brings it every time. The messages are the same. Most of the time, it's just focusing on what you need. And each day, each month, things are different. New things outside of ourselves whips us around the paradigm and goes, what the fuck? It's a matter of how you're reacting to it, and are you in a constant stasis of love? And the master achieves that when they can transmute and alchemize the emotional states, where things are not bothering you, things are not really triggering you anymore, that you're healing, you're walking through the process. It takes time. Give yourself grace and compassion. Okay, unfortunately, sacred scar. I have to bloop out things. Your inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. They are signs of strength and survival of your willingness to be alive. The sacred scar speaks of that which one caused pain being transformed into higher knowledge and inner power. Trauma shall be transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from wonderness to wisdom, woundedness to wisdom. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You could trust your healing process in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do. You are strong and shall flourish on all levels. Some experiences are hard to weather, even when our intention is to trust. Going through a challenging time is likely to give rise to suffering. Consider the mother eagle raising her precious eaglets in the sanctuary of a meticulously padded and fiercely defended nest. They know safety and comfort until one day the mother who provided unceasing nutrients abruptly pushes them out of the nest and into the air. She knows this is how they will learn that they can fly. For the eaglet, there is not yet any such knowledge, disorientated and disturbed, but eventually innate instinct overtakes confusion, and those brave little eaglets begin to flap their fledgling wings during the plummet from the nest. They have learned the purpose of the tough lesson and grown. The trauma of disruption became their initiation into power. You don't have to enjoy the process of growth, but you can always trust it has your best interests at heart. However, do not confuse negative, especially traumatic experiences as something Spirit has inflicted upon you. Spirit would love your growth to happen in the most joyful and peaceful ways possible. As your relationship to Spirit heals and strengthens, this could be a way to grow, even more often than not. However, Spirit also knows that sometimes we are to move through intense experiences before we can gain access to the light. Those experiences could teach us things only those who have truly suffered and brought their suffering to consciousness and healing can know. The lessons learned include compassion, wisdom, strength, and fearlessness, faith in Spirit and in humanity, and the recognition of the challenges of awakening, while as having trust in ultimate power of the light. They're validating everything. Such a soul becomes one truly badass and divine human being, a powerful healer, and a light bearer in the world. The Oracle of Sacred Scar lets you know that your greatest struggles are the pathway to your potential. You're not being punished. Those circumstances have not been imposed upon you by Spirit, but Spirit will work with you to free you of the negativities and bring you into the light, stimulating the sacred alchemical wisdom within your heart that knows how to distill goodness and grace and healing from even the most terrible experiences. If you are deep in suffering now, know that Spirit is with you, loving you, and bringing you this oracle. You shall heal. Do not give up. Proceed until you are exactly where you most want to be. You have the inner spirit to ensure even a negative experience will only cause positive growth in you and your life. If that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what will. It's time to transform. It's time to make those changes. It's time to move forward. It's time to really understand where you're placing your focus and your energy. What do you want for yourself? How and what will make you happy? Remember, we all measure success in the material world with material things, but what happens when you stop doing that and you become happy with what you are and what you do? Are you looking out at the signs that is being sent from your higher self to help guide you through this life? Are you imposing beautiful lessons on others? Are you reaching out in your community to be a different change maker? Are you making a difference? Are you putting action into motion to have a cause and effect for humanity? What are you doing? And only you can answer those questions for yourself. But you need to have the strength and conviction in your heart to move forward out of any circumstance, any struggle. It's happening for you, not to you. You signed up for those lessons. Learn them and then move forward, because you staying in a state of flux, staying here because your mindset's stuck, it's fixed. How can you change your mindset to move forward? It's up to you and how you do that and what that looks like. Starts at home here. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, protection, and shielding energy. Please be safe, be seen. I hope all of you have a fantastic start to your week. Go check out the show I was on really early this morning. And I want to thank all of you who are supporting and watching and being active Amish mindset participants. Thank you so much for that. I love all of you, and thank you so much. I am very humbled. I have a lot of gratitude towards people. As we grow and evolve, we have to prove quo wrong. I want a lot of people to come along with me, but I respect the choices that each and everybody makes. Whoever joins me in moving forward into fifth dimensional awareness, consciousness, unity consciousness, it's going to be great. And I hope that more people work towards that striving achievement. It's a big goal and it's hard to achieve, but I know a lot of you will get there if you do and really get the work done. Sending everybody love and healing frequency. Hope you all enjoyed. I hope you finished your coffee. Mine's not done yet. And until the next one, guys, have a beautiful, blessed day. Till the next time, guys.